the OSU experience is going to end? Is it exciting to be here, to be kind of close to home? What will it mean to you?
I think it's good. I think it's really cool for my family. Being out, for the past rolling about 5 years now, I've been in Columbus, and with that, a lot of my family weren't able to come to the game. So, with it being in Texas and Dallas, I think it's good and excited for them to be able to come and watch me play.
How good do you feel right now? I mean, obviously, you had to have surgery just before the Michigan game. How good do you feel? Are you 100%? And where's your head right now?
I feel really good, healthy. Still doing some, rehab stuff, just to try to make sure that my quad is as strong as possible to make sure it could, take some pressure off my knee. But that week after we played Wisconsin, we were off, I think, 3 days, and after that, I'm in full go, no restrictions. So I'm feeling really good as far as my health.
What's the secret in these kind of high-stakes games, JT? What's the difference when you play a great team?
Just make sure you're prepared. That's probably the main thing. Coach Morrow has talked about the most prepared team's going to win this game, and I think that's definitely a part of it. And I think something too that he makes critical for us is that tackling and ball security on offense, tackling on defense. Make sure those things are crisp and making adjustments on the fly. There's going to be big plays made on both sides of the ball, and with that, you're going to make adjustments, win game, and handle, the chaos when it comes to big games.
JT, going back to your Texas. I was just going to ask you, going back to your Texas. All right.
Go ahead.
How many? Could you put a number on it? Friends and family who will come to see you play?
Not really. I couldn't even tell you what the number was with my mom, but there's also people in Wichita Falls that also buy tickets to the game. So it's definitely a lot of people from Wichita Falls, and then a lot of people supporting JT Barrett there. So it'll be good.
What are your favorite memories of playing high school football in Texas?
I don't know. I think probably the Friday Night Lights type of feel. Like everybody's seen Friday Night Lights, a movie talking about Odessa Permian playing, and that's kind of like how it is throughout Texas as a whole. A lot of people, a lot of people are invested in high school football in Texas, and so going out there and playing with your brothers, on Friday nights, that's an experience that's like no other.
You practiced the last couple of days in AT&T. Just what do you think of the place, and how you finding the surroundings? You like it?
Yeah, I think I played in. I'm trying to think how many NFL stadiums I played in. Played in a couple, I feel like. I don't know if there's one that you could spot like this from, 3 cities over, but I don't know, it's really nice. We were here for the national championship. I remember when growing up, when the first season they opened it, I came to a game, and it was just a really nice stadium.
JT, what are the lasting lessons you feel like you learned from your time in Wichita Falls that have turned you into the person that you are today?
I think. I'll probably say people that helped raise me in Wichita Falls, if anything, it would probably be that at the end of the day, you want to be good to people, and people honestly don't remember what you did for them, but they remember how you made them feel. And I think when you really, process that, I think so the common interactions that you have with people, the day-to-day things, they go a long way, not just necessarily, what you did for that person, but at the end of the day, they're going to remember how you made them feel. And with that, you just try to be good to people at all times, and a lot of times that same positive, good energy and good interaction you have with people that comes back around.
How do you balance having a great time at a bowl experience and then at the same time knowing you're here because there's still work to be done?
I think you just try to, it's time to have fellowship and be with your teammates. Then that's something that, you'd be able to relax and be able to do. But at the end of the day, it's like, we came out here to win a ball game. And so when it's time to lock in and get down to business as far as practice goes or meetings, then you got to make sure that you tied in and stay focused on those things. But I think we do a good job of, being able to relax and kind of, settle down as far as the fellowship of your brotherhood and then the, team events that they have us go to. But then when it's time to go practice or get into meetings, then, we flip that switch and make sure we're focused on what we need to do.
JT, you've got a lot of fans here in Texas that have followed you from the time you went to Wichita Falls Rider to coming right back here to Arlington. Mm-hmm. Do you have a message for them here as you finish your career in Texas?
Yeah. I don't know, I guess if I could think of one real quick. I'd probably say I appreciate the support. I know a lot of people in Wichita Falls especially, or even some of my family members down in Beaumont and Houston and little town Buena, Texas, like they weren't able to, get up to Columbus and see me or wouldn't be able to come to, a nearby game, which we really didn't have many. But with that, my mom and dad always told me that, they were supporting me and that they prayed for me while my time was in Columbus. So I really appreciate that, knowing that, they were thinking of, me when they didn't have to.
This will be the last game for 19 seniors, including you. Mm-hmm. Have you guys talked about that, and how important is it to you guys, this class, to finish on top and to go out on top?
Yeah, I don't think there's been a lot of conversation about it. I think we did a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think you want to finish any season with a win, and with that, like I said, there's really haven't been a lot of time reflecting and looking back on things we've done. I mean, we've been focused on USC and winning this Cotton Bowl, but I think, hopefully after we win this game, we'll have time to, sit down and talk about those things and kind of look back on, our time here and how it went. And so that'll be, the time for that. But right now we're just focused on, playing in the Cotton Bowl and, fellowship with one another. And that's, like you said, it's our last game.
You're blocked it out though, as far as you. I mean, you're blocking. You're not thinking about like, God, the time flew by and.
Not really. I mean, I don't know. It's almost like you really don't have time to sit there and reflect about the past a lot of times because, it's constantly moving. Like, it's like this whole year flew by, So it's like, do you really sit there and think about, or are you able to sit there and think about the time, past 4 or 5 years? Like, I guess you could try, but for myself, I take each day, one day at a time, focus on that, and then, don't worry about the future too much, and then past, learn, grow from it, and keep it moving. I think, like I said, I always say, like, maybe when I'm through playing, when that time comes, be able to look back on things here at Ohio State, but right now, I don't know, take one day at a time.
You don't ever think about how it would have been to go to a Big 12 school or go stay here in Texas? Or how it could have been?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like when I made my decision, I was 2 feet in, committed to it. Really didn't try to, think about how things would have went if I would have went somewhere else, because that's kind of hard to do. You could always, I guess, you could always, look at, how it could have been somewhere else, but at the end of the day, it's not like that. So it's just kind of difficult to try to wrap your mind around what it could have been when it's just not like that.
How did you went to Ohio State?
What's some of the reasons?
Not knowing what you know now.
Yeah, so I'll talk about it. I felt like, honestly, it's really weird. I was, 11th grade. I was junior, but I felt like Ohio State, if I didn't go there, then I was going to be somewhere else, and they was going to win a national championship without me. And then, too, as far as the family and brotherhood of Ohio State, it is, I don't know any place other than Ohio State, but I don't think it's like this to other places. Just understanding that Buckeye Nation, it's us, we, our family, like it's everything about us. And I think it's incredible to feel that bond between one another just through a university.
Is it exciting to get this postseason chance that you'll have a chance to kind of show in the East-West game that came out today?
Take it.
The East-West Shrine game invite and the chance to kind of take your craft to another level, show what you have in that kind of setting?
What about it?
Just what does it mean to you to kind of, to show off for the scouts a little bit?
I don't know. I think it'll be good. I mean, I'll focus on that when it's time to do that after this game. But no, I really appreciate getting the invite to go be able to play in a senior game like that.
Growth was a big thing to you, I think, your whole life. How have you grown in 5 years at Columbus, and kind of who's helped you through that process?
A lot of people has helped me. Being at Ohio State, really can't just put it on one person. It's been a plethora of people. But I don't know, being at Ohio State, I think if anything, I've grown a lot as a person. I developed as a football player, but as a person, there's been countless of things that helped me along my journey that I'd be able to take with me past Ohio State, and even going into being a husband, father, type of things that I'd be able to share with my family, that Coach Meyer and his staff and my position coaches have shown me. So I don't know, I really can't say just one thing that I've learned, because I feel like I learned so much. But I'm just happy that I'll be able to use that.
JT, do you still think of yourself as a Texan?
He said, do I think of myself as a Texan? That's almost disrespectful, you coming at me like that. Of course I do. I love Ohio, but I'm from the great state of Texas. No doubt about it. I want to make that real clear. I can't believe you asked me that. That hurt.
Oh man, no disrespect, no disrespect.
Yeah, how many ticket requests? How big is the Barrett cheering section going to be?
Someone asked that earlier. I don't know. My mom is probably still writing down people's names. It's a lot of people. I can't even. I know it's well over 20. So.
Having your last game as an Ohio State player here in Texas, a couple hours away from your hometown, does it kind of feel like you've come full circle?
Yeah, I just think, I don't know if that's really how to word it, but I think it's just really unique and crazy how things have gone at my time at Ohio State. Being in Ohio, not really being able to play close to home. My family's, I think, really appreciative of my immediate family, my mom and dad, being able to, sacrifice so much in order to come watch me play. But I think it's just a blessing for it to be in Texas, and my family, like I said, down in Houston and Beaumont, be able to come up and watch me play, knowing that, I chose a place that's not close to home, and they wouldn't be able to watch me play. They see me on TV, but for them to be able to come watch me play in person, I think means a lot to them.
What did that mean that they made it easy for you and probably had set the table where you could kind of go wherever you wanted to go and didn't put pressure on you to stay close?
You said, what was the question?
Your parents.
What about what?
They had kind of given that decision on you to where you thought you could grow the most and do the best.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think it was just really, I don't know, I guess how to say it was really thought out on how to handle the whole recruiting process. I think, parents want the best situation for you, but at the end of the day, they can't live that life for you. They're not being out of school for 4 years, and that 4 years, I think it's interesting because now it's almost like, people just think of that 3 to 4 years or 5 years just as a small portion of their life, and it doesn't have that impact on them for the rest of their lives. But like when you choose to go to a college, that's not something that just affects you for 3 to 4 or 5 years. Like that's something that affects you for the rest of your life. Like
what does 2018 hold for you, JT? What are your best plans, your best hopes?
What does it hold for me? I don't know, got a couple things going on. I don't know. I don't even, so it's the 26th of December. I'm worried about today, and then when the 27th comes, I'll worry about that. But hopefully some good things coming 2018.
JT, along those lines, it came out today that you're playing in the East-West Shrine game, or you accepted an invitation. Mm-hmm. So with this last game you have, and then that stage, obviously, is there anything you're hoping to show people who are evaluating you for the next level? We know about your win-loss record, your records here at Ohio State, but from a more tangible X's and O's standpoint, or maybe not mechanical standpoint, is there anything you want to show these people?
Not really. It's not like, I got like a list of things that I want to do in those games. I think just, enhance myself. I think, when it comes to time to play in that game, it's one of those things like, talking about that, it's like, in that short time, trying to get a handle of the playbook and execute the best way I know how. So that's something. But as far as Cotton Bowl, it's not something like, I'm not trying to overlook things and like trying to, I guess, show people that are evaluating me for the next level something. Like I'm trying to put my best film on there.
JT, any words of wisdom for your old coach Tom Herman down in Texas in 2018?
Any wisdom?
Yeah.
You want me to give wisdom to Coach Herman? Coach Herman is probably one of the smartest people I know. I don't have any wisdom for Coach Herman. Coach Herman, look, if anything, I will be calling him probably very soon after the bowl game just to talk. And I didn't get a chance to talk to him yesterday for Christmas, but I'll talk to him here a couple of days. But no, I don't have any wisdom for my man, Coach Herman.
Hey, scout USC for us. What are they going to try to do on defense to you guys?
I think they have a lot of speed out there. I think their defense coordinator does a good job of changing up the looks. He's not really a guy that's gonna, I guess, be the same each and every game. I think he has different coverages, and with that, he likes to throw a lot of looks at you in order for the quarterback to make a mistake and be able to create turnovers or make big plays, and brings quite a bit of pressure too. So with that, he's got to be on top of your game. Can't get relaxed as far as the course of the game, because he will definitely catch you sleeping if you're not ready.
You've had a month to get ready for these guys. You like your game plan? You like what you guys have? Any wrinkles, or I know you can't get into everything, but you like what you put together?
Yeah, I think this month of practice has been very good to us. I think our coaches, like always, done a great job trying to put us in the best situation to be successful, the best plays. And with that, as players, we got to go out there and execute. And I think not just myself, but I think the other guys on offense are just keep on gaining confidence in the practices, which is very good to see.
JT, what was that game? What was that game this year where offensively you think best exemplified what y'all were about this year as an offense? Y'all been such a sort of a hodgepodge, run the ball hard one week, Penn State fourth quarter, throwing the ball, Nebraska all over the place.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's not, each game could be so different because teams could try to attack you in different ways on defense, and so being an offense, you have to be able to adjust. So that's why it's not like you just get, one consistent thing, and if you do, then it's almost like you limit yourself on offense, because then it's just like, well, as a defense, we only have to stop, the short passing game or something like that, and then you'll be able to win the game. Whereas I think this year we've been able to do a good job of adjusting to how defense are trying to defend us, and with that, I think we had some success with it. So to say, you know, one thing of who we are. This past year, I don't know, but I know as Ohio State, we run the ball, we got power run, then we play action pass. That's what we do.